Yes, this is a tier list video about the best secret, mythic, and exclusive in Anime Vanguards Update 3. Like, share, and subscribe. I will try to keep the video as short as possible, and if you have any problem with this, let me know down below. I'm trying to get another million before the new update. So let's begin with the mythics. So first on the list is no other than Saber. Saber is here for two reasons. First one is that she's a support and a DPS at the same time. She's the best early defenders, which was previously owned by Vegeta. What makes her a support is her ability, that knockback, and she does that on placement, and she can nuke as well. Anyways, here is her passive. First two passive scream support. Next on the list will be Chulin aka Lancer. This dude basically dethroned Vegeta for boss killing, and that is for two reasons. First would be that he stopped Regan completely. Second would be his chance to hit dodge enemies with dodge. He's also a support / DPS. The only downside is that it's 75% damage, which Vegeta has 100%, but whatever, I guess. Following Chu in the S tier is no other than Choso. If you need bleeds, he's the one to turn to. He does it the best, especially since he's full AoE. He's crazy with a pretty good SPA. If we compare him with Igris or Tenjin, he would out DPS both. And if you pair him with Sukuna, he gets a buff. A bleed buff to exact. And he's cheap too. Crazy passive, to be honest. There is a unit that I tried in Sandbox, which I don't have, and he's Archer. All I can say, he's really good. First on the A tier is Vegeta. Vegeta was basically the best boss killer, but got dethroned. He's still usable, so use him if you lack the S tier. So the next tier is a new unit that I haven't tried, but heard from a few players that she's good, but not constant. The reason why she a tier is because of her summon. She can go up to 200k HP, which dethrone SJW when it comes on. To summoning, and I believe she's cheaper. And following Lilia, I heard this unit is a good replacement for Choso if you lack him. And I like her first passive, so running her with Saber, Crocodile, Ragna, and so on, unit that freeze, stun, bleed, etc. But then again, Choso is better. Good passive. For the last tier, we have Tenjin. His passive isn't too crazy these days. If I miss any mythic you think is worth, let me know. Now let's move on to the secrets. First on the list is Alucard. You can say he's a better Choso. Only bad part is that he's a banner secret, which is definitely meta. Following Alucard is Ested. She's a support / sub DPS. She dethroned Emilia for being meta freeze. You get her from Worldline Quest. Following Worldline Quest, we have Subaru. Not sure if that's how you spell his name. I believe he can do damage, so that makes him a bit better than Haruka. The reason why Gojo made this tier is because he's versatile. He can be a support or sub DPS, full AoE, and time stop. Time stop don't stack with freeze. This is passive, and his damage increase after each wave. A newly added secret unit that buffs, and it's really good. She's the best partner for Saber. Her passive. Speaking of her best partner, I don't have to speak on how good she is. Without Sonora, I think she's bottom of S tier, but with her she's like top 1. But she has a downside. She debuff your units by making their SPA plus 15%, but in return, she gains damage. So you have to keep in mind where Replace her to avoid this debuff. Remember, run her with Sakura. Oh, and she burns. Next we have the second best, or the best DPS. Currently in Update 3. He can do up to 20k DPS, or more, and that's without buff. If you want to know how to use Ragna, watch this video. For the A-tier secret. For the first A-tier, we have Igris. Solo he's B-tier, but with SJW. He's high A-tier. Same goes for Sukuna. He's a tier in my opinion. On to the exclusive. He boosts bleed damage, by the way. First on the list is Gilgamesh. When it comes to DPS, he have to be top 5. But my main problem with Gilgamesh is that he's expensive. Otherwise from that, he's a great unit. To be honest, this unit can be low S to top A tier. He's only this high because of his support capabilities. But if I had to choose high A, next up we have Ram. If you don't know by now, she is probably the cheapest unit currently in the game, which costs like 40k. Good part about it, she can't get stunned. For example, bosses. Plus her ability boost her SPA. Plus build crits. I don't need to explain why she's good. Time for the A tier. She's a tier because of his death. Otherwise, she would be S. Another good support unit. Lower SPA and cleanse debuff. That's basically it for now. Both Vanguard would be S. Here's a quick rundown. Like, share, and subscribe.